Jerry Coleman alongside Kevin Cowherd here on BaltimoreSun.com and, of course, SportsWithColeman.com, brought to you by Dover Downs Hotel and Casino. You were in College Park over the weekend to see the Terps get embarrassed on Senior Day to Virginia. Kind of appropriate. Not that they were embarrassed, but the seniors barely showed up before, during, or after the game. They were there before the game to get their jerseys. Absent during and after the game, though, noticeably.
Well, look, no one down there was saying anything about this, Jerry, but those of us who have watched this team really feel that, these guys really got up for that North Carolina game. And in the two subsequent games, they just looked like they were gassed. It looked like they had given everything they could in the North Carolina game, and then all of a sudden had nothing left at all. Gary talked about the intensity that wasn't there. He talked about the energy that wasn't there. I don't see that. To me, these guys come out and they're flying around. They don't hit the baskets. They miss layups, and one thing leads to another, and all of a sudden they're down by 10 points. So, a sad day, especially as you pointed out on Senior Day, and for guys like Cliff Tucker and Adrian Bowie and Dino Gregory, obviously not a great way to go out.
Has his team regressed under Gary's watch this season? Is that a fair criticism, Kevin?
Well, I think the team probably has regressed. Again, as I pointed out in the Monday column, the Baltimore Sun, there are some seniors, notably Adrian Bowie and Cliff Tucker, who just didn't, for whatever reason, Jerry, they just didn't play the way they were expected to play at the level they were expected to play this year. Sean Mosley's really, really struggling with his shot, struggling with everything that has to do with offense, even though he keeps pounding the boards and he plays good defense. So there are key players that have certainly regressed. And as a team, again, I don't know if they regressed or they just got gassed at the end of the year. And these last two games, they've just looked horrible.
I blame it as much on the players as I do the head coach, but we'll get calls, we'll get emails saying Gary's time is up in College Park. I feel like that's not the case unless he doesn't have the backing of his new AD, Kevin Anderson. That should be interesting. And the boosters out there from Plank to Bisciotti.
Well, I'll tell you this. Right after Gary's post-game comments on Saturday, the first guy to come up and give him a hug, put an arm around his shoulders, was Kevin Anderson. There has been no talk that we've heard of getting rid of Gary. Okay, Gary, I think, I don't see how you blame this on Gary. I do see these players who just, for whatever reason, Jerry, they just didn't play at the level that they were expected to. However, you can balance that a little bit by saying that people like Terrell Stoglin and Pishon Howard really, really played well this year, really stepped up when they had to. So I think if Jordan Williams comes back next year, doesn't go to the NBA, and those two guards are back, I think it's a nice foundation for next year.
Next year looks bright. The next week, not so much in Greensboro, and then probably on to the NIT.